Hi everyone, you're watching Mostra TV, in their own words, a series of short conversations with the artists behind this year's edition of Mostra. Today it is a pleasure to welcome Blayney. Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm very fantastic. Yeah, I'm very happy to have you here. Thank you very much for joining this short conversation. How is it going?
Yeah, all good, all good. Look, happy to be here.
Fantastic. Yeah, just to remind the audience, wow, you are kicking off the Saturday morning at 12 o'clock.
That's it. Yeah, yeah.
What can we expect from your um, set?
Yeah, well, look, I love warm-up sets. They're probably my speciality, I suppose. I'll be warming up for 3 hours, which is a lovely amount of time, and I'm going to play vinyl. I don't know how to use a CDJ, so it'll be vinyl.
Hmm.
I'll be playing a mixture, of everything from ambient to electro to dub techno to deep
Wow.
house. So it'll be a real spread of sounds, and it really depends how tired the legs are of the people in front of me, or how quickly the place fills up. So I'll play it by ear.
Mm. So it's gonna be Saturday. So I reckon people would, or we would still have some energy. So yeah, we will be ready for this Saturday starting. Okay, so come on, let's get into the first question. If you had to describe your sound to someone who has never heard you before, even without using any genres, what would you say?
Yeah, look, it's a good question, and it's a difficult one. I suppose, and whatever I say will probably sound a bit contrived or whatever, but um, deep and timeless. I like to play music that lasts, forever. That isn't catchy or that you get bored of. So, yeah, deep and timeless. I would like to think.
I like those two adjectives, definitely. Very good. And um, talking about time, if we look back, which person or project or even a moment do you think that has influenced you the most, the way that you are playing?
Oh, so many influences. I think the late 90s and early 2000s for
Hmm.
me was, you know, underground resistance music from Detroit. Um, but also, techno in Dublin as well, with influences like D1 Records. But yeah, I suppose Detroit music really shaped an awful lot, and of my electronic palette. And
Hmm.
before that, you know, New Order and Depeche Mode and KLF, and I suppose some bands, electronic influence bands.
Hmm. Very, very nice references there. Um, what about if do you reckon if there is something that you do nowadays in studio or on stage that you thought that you would never ever do, even if it is like something performative, or even if you never thought that you were going to be playing, I don't know, drum and bass or whatever, and now you're doing.
Um, Not so much musical, but I suppose maybe, yeah, I think now as a DJ, it's sometimes nice to engage with the crowd a little bit, where before it was always heads down. I'm not talking about over performance, because that's awful, but trying to really engage with the people who are dancing, just a little bit, try and get that connection, eye contact, smiles, whatever that might look like. Yeah, and before I think I was younger. I was so, head down. I don't even, want to look up kind of scenarios. But yeah, nothing more than that, I don't think.
Hmm. Okay, yeah, but that's a good one. Like to build that rapport with the audience. I mean, you can feel what they need, no, and then you just like can feed us on that. That's
Yeah.
good. Okay, let's get into the second blog about the scene and or the artists. Before joining the lineup, did you already know any of the artists playing at this year's
Yeah.
Mostra?
Yeah, absolutely. I know most of them, to be honest. Some personally, I know I've met quite a few times, but there's really only one or two that are new to me. So yeah, I certainly know
Hmm.
most of the lineup for sure.
That's good. There is always like this reunion of like old mates, no? But
Yeah,
also like getting to know new people, no? So
that's the
that's the
best.
good thing. Yeah, yeah. And talking about different artists and everything, from the full Mostra program, which set do you reckon you're not going to be missing?
Yeah, I mean that's just an awful question to have to answer.
Yeah,
I
because you
mean,
have to
like,
pick just one. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I know. It's kept me awake.
Okay.
So look,
Okay. Let's say a couple. Come on.
okay, okay. Well, look, I cannot miss Atavik, which is Salva and Jaime, so Abscis and Estrato Aurora, both incredible artists and DJs in their own right. And I've just heard their first EP that's just come out on Alpengluhen, which is Alfonso Efon's label, and it just sounds incredible. So those two guys coming together just seems like a marriage made in heaven. So that's number one on the list. And if you ask, force my hand for number two, it would be Scion, I think, Substance
Hmm.
of Vanquer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That one also is going to be amazing for sure. Yeah.
But
Good.
I really could have picked, I could have picked three, four, five more. It's impossible, but there you go.
Okay. And and then the last question from this blog, if you had to name one track, and I would say not electronic, come on, think hard, that you would dance all night long.
Oh my
Not
God.
electronic. Huh?
Not
That's
electronic.
yeah, yeah. Because I started like asking this question, like saying not necessarily electronic, and then everyone was obviously going for electronic. So now I'm just like changing the question just to,
Yeah, that's difficult. I mean, probably a Rolling
or
Stones track.
okay,
Yeah, probably
or not purely
Wild
electronic. Come on.
Horses or something. Yeah, probably a Rolling Stones track.
Uh-huh. Okay. Good. Very good.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And now talking about Mostra itself, how did you first come across Mostra Festival?
Yeah, I think I came across it in 2021 or 2022. I can't remember. A friend of mine, Laura at BCR, was playing at it. I think she was playing one of the first editions.
Hmm.
And I just kept my eye on it. Since then, lots of artists I respect and really and love started playing at it, and that's how I learnt about it.
Hmm. So you were just like keeping an eye, no, on the evolution. So yeah, let's see, because this year, as you know, we are celebrating the fifth edition. So it's been I reckon it's going to be like a very good one. And from those of us who have been in the previous ones, there's going to be like nice,
Excellent.
hopefully better changes, okay, to
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
And good. And something which Mostra is like very proud about is talking about the values, okay? We try to promote the local scene. We go for inclusion and sustainability.
Mm.
Which of these three values do you think that resonate the most with you as an artist?
Yeah, I think inclusion. The best parties are the most diverse parties. The best parties are where no ego exists. and where you make friends, and inclusion. Without that it can't be a good party in my view.
Yeah, I super agree with that. Yeah, I was even like speaking the other day with Salba actually, and he was also highlighting inclusion, no? And
Yeah,
saying that we have to give it for granted even nowadays with this craziness of times that we are living.
sure.
Anyway,
For sure, for
um,
sure.
yeah, and now just like closing. The very last question. If someone listens to this episode 10 years from now, what would you like them to understand about you as an artist beyond your music?
Yeah, look, I'm really in no rush to make it or become well known. That's the truth. I just want to share my musical journey with like-minded people, in a natural way. People who are fun and genuine. Yeah, that's all I can hope for, really.
Fantastic. I'm sure that you're gonna be doing that for sure with your kicking off on Saturday at the Valdebron. We're gonna be there at 12 o'clock. And just a reminder, okay? Note down 12 o'clock Saturday. Al, it's been a super pleasure. Thank
Yeah,
you very
pleasure, Oscar.
much.
Thank you very much.
And I'll be seeing you in March.
Yeah, salute. Can't wait. Nice one.
Cheers. Bye bye.
Bye bye.